Hello, my name is Otis Thompson, or Odie Thompson, and I'm here to introduce you to Bulgaria's presentation. Along with my colleagues Alfredo, Kevin, Rolando, and Wellington Stovall. Bulgaria is known to be one of the most stable countries to do business. Bulgaria certainly provides the most strategic, business-friendly, and cost-effective environments while also offering low production and transportation costs. Knowing the fact that Bulgaria has the lowest tax rates in the European Union, doing business in Bulgaria is extremely beneficial. Next will be my partner Alfredo speaking about his slide.
Hello, my name is Alfredo Renteria, and today I'm going to be talking about the requirements that are needed when traveling to Bulgaria. A medical insurance is mandated by the Bulgarian government to anyone traveling overseas. It is recommended to acquire a short-term medical insurance to comply with the rules and regulations of the Bulgarian government. Upon entering Bulgaria, it is important to have one of the following documents to avoid having to quarantine for 10 days upon entry of the country. To avoid quarantine, you must either have a U.S. Center for Disease Control vaccination record card showing that you have been vaccinated against COVID-19 or received a negative PCR or antigen COVID test result conducted up to 72 hours before entering the country. Next, I'll be talking about business meeting etiquette. Bulgarians conduct business meetings formally and show respect in sticking to formal protocols and conservative standards of dress. Be sure to have a scheduled appointment because showing up without an appointment will result in you not having a meeting. Have plenty of time to conduct a meeting because it is common for meetings in Bulgaria to last longer than the scheduled time frame. Bulgarians tend to be straightforward when it comes to conducting business. A great way to relieve tension during the meeting is light humor. Bulgarians appreciate a good, appropriate joke. This will help ensure the trust of the relationship. Now I'm going to pass the presentation to my partner.
Hello, my name is Rolando Nájera, and I'm going to be doing business communication in Bulgaria. So the communication for business for Bulgaria is enforced with a hearty welcome and questioning of the other person's day of asking how their day is. So it's just basically a cool, clear-cut conversation on how the person's day is, what's the activity they have done, and so forth. Then it comes to doing business. When it comes to business, we have to make sure that the setting for a meeting is well adjusted for, being comfortable, and it's mostly done at dinner or lunch after the primary meetings. The actual business that is done is when they're at a restaurant in Bulgaria. The most important thing you need to know is that you must play relaxed. You gotta be relaxed. You gotta stay well open-minded and talk to to the businessmen to that you understand the conversation in hand, and not to be enforcing the business at when it's a time for relaxing, but is to do a wink wink nudge nudge situation of like, yes, I understand these these uh these standards needs to be placed in for the business. They have to be uh, meet with this and deadline and so on and so forth. So the thing is that you must be relaxed. It's not as a forced type of culture in business. The best way to describe it is that you must be yourself.
Hello, my name is Wellington Stovall, and I will begin by speaking on the business meeting culture in Bulgaria. And so it is important for you to gain the trust of your Bulgarian business partners and to build relationships rather than, just having the business first approach. And so showing your personality when dealing with, Bulgarians in a business setting and letting your partners really get to know you it'll benefit you and your partner in the future, as you will be dealing with, a genuine friend rather than just a business associate. And so during negotiations, it is important to know who the appropriate speakers are. So when negotiating in Bulgaria, you will be speaking to the manager. And so it is important to address these individuals based on hierarchy and position. And so the dialogue process, it begins with the manager, and then it's the manager's job to relay the message to the associates, and then the final decision will be made. And the key things to remember while negotiating are to be direct in your request as well as your rejections, and to know Bulgarians like to maintain personal relationships, but asking questions about personal life, it will create an uncomfortable atmosphere. So, personal questions that you should ask should be about personal ideas, such as the culture and societal subjects, rather than personal experiences. And secondly, I will be talking about what to do in business meetings. So, when conducting business in Bulgaria, there are similarities and differences between the American meeting protocol and Bulgarian meeting protocol. And so, just some things for you to remember while conducting a meeting with your Bulgarian partners are: greetings should consist of a firm handshake and eye contact. Bulgarian business culture is more interpersonal than American culture, as I just established on the last slide. So, establishing a bond and a relationship will be crucial to your business success. When referring to people, it is best to incorporate their title. So, that'll be Mr. Smith or Mrs. Smith. Attire, it varies on the meeting venue. Usually, business meetings being held over food, so not brunch, but I'm sorry, breakfast, lunch, or dinner require a business casual dress code, while all other meetings require a nice formal attire. When handing out business cards, you should make sure that you bring enough business cards for everyone involved to have one. And so you always want to just make sure that you have enough business cards. And lastly, you want to make sure to not rush into business conversations. Bulgarians, they prefer to not converse about business during the first initial meeting, as they want to establish a personal relationship with you first. And so that is all from me. And next, I will be introducing my group mate to present their slides. Thank you.
So the conclusion is very important when it comes to doing business in Bulgaria. It is always best to research and make sure you know how the culture reacts and how they conduct business, what kind of tones they have, and that way there is no misunderstanding when conducting business in their culture. Bulgarians are very different and very straightforward when conducting business. They always treat business very professionally and respect the formal standards of dress. So don't come dressing very badly, not looking correct. When conducting business, be highly organized. They are very organized, so it's always best to set up a meeting. And the good thing is that the Bulgarians are always flexible when it comes to negotiations.